Welcome to today's Facebook and YouTube Live. Glad you guys could all join me. It is getting hot here in southern Utah, and I am trying to beat the heat. So, anyway, my kids are at their dad's for another hour or so I can film this little video. But it is good to see you all here. I'm hoping that Facebook has been fixed. So be sure to leave a comment where you are from. I'm hoping that I can read those comments while we are doing this live video today. I did do a test run over on Facebook this morning at about 10, hoping that I could see comments and it was working. So I'm hoping today that it will be working on today's Facebook Live. Welcome, everybody. We've got Soraya tuning in from St. George. Hello. And we've got Glitter tuning in from the UK. That is a cool online name to have. I like it. Okay, if you guys will say hello over here on Facebook, I'm hoping that the comments that I will be able to read those. So far, I'm not seeing any comments coming in over on Facebook, but hopefully they will be popping up soon. So my kids have been super busy this week, and that is my very loud refrigerator working right now. So we have been going to a park every single day this week so far to beat the heat. And I think the tricky part is to like wear your kids out without wearing yourself out. So anyway, I am worn out already, and it is only day 3 of the week. I'm doing well. We've got people tuning in from Colorado. Welcome, everybody. Okay, so let's jump in to some of the questions that came in today. Gina Marie asked, what are your favorite stores you like to shop at and save money and discounts for your family? For groceries, I primarily shop at Walmart. They offer delivery, so it comes straight to my house. I really like that. I don't have to spend money on gas and I don't have to waste my time with the kids leaving the house, dragging all the kids, trying to gather my groceries. So I typically shop at Walmart and I stock up when they have good deals, when they have sales. And they just recently built a new Smith's grocery store out by where I live. So sometimes I will stop there. I also like shopping at Harmon's grocery store here in town, mainly for specialty ingredients. And then they have really good French bread and really good donuts. So those are my favorite places to shop. As far as clothing for my kids, because it seems like my kids are always outgrowing clothes. Lately, I have been shopping Walmart. I feel like they've really stepped up their game when it comes to kids' clothing, especially shoes. They still have affordable prices that are cheaper than other places. Um, Let's see, Stephanie's tuning in from Anaheim. Welcome, Stephanie. So that is where I like to shop for my boys' clothes. I have been shopping at Walmart lately. They still have like unbeatable prices. And for me, clothing my kids, that has been my go-to. With the girls, I prefer shopping at Ross lately and TJ Maxx. I feel like Ross is really up their game and they have better pricing than TJ Maxx and they sell like the exact same outfits for cheaper. So I'm really liking that. I've been finding outfits that are affordable. Lately, my kids, I feel like I don't need to buy like doubles and triples like I once did. Like my girls really like dressing themselves and picking out their own outfits. And so those have been my go-to. So hopefully that answers your question. Yes, do hit the like button. I would love that. Okay, Elizabeth is from Oklahoma. She says, don't get to catch you live much, but always go back and listen. Well, I'm glad you could tune in for the time that you are here. Colette asked, how is Daisy doing with her wrist? She is doing really well. She just took her brace off the last day of school, and so she's officially done wearing that. Her buckle fracture has healed, and so she doesn't need to wear it anymore, which is really nice. And she has just been loving the freedom of not having to wear that brace anymore. So she's doing really well. Mickey says, hello from Olton. Your hair is beautiful today. Thank you. I just barely did it before I filmed this video. I really don't know that I like having shorter hair. I feel like for me, I have to do my hair more frequently having shorter hair. So I think I'm going to grow my hair back out so it's like a mid-length, so it's still longer. It's easier for me to take care of, but I really appreciate that. That was really kind. Okay, our next question comes from Caitlin. When do the kids go back to school? My kids go back to school in August. I want to say in Southern Utah, it's like August 12th. I could be wrong. I just looked at my summer calendar and I'm pretty sure that's what it was, but I can't remember. If anybody's from Southern Utah, you're welcome to comment when school is back in session here in St. George, Utah. Vanessa asked, what is the best way to remove stains? I feel like you might have some good tips. Honestly, I think that's so funny that she asked me that question because I was busy trying to scrub stains out of my clothes or out of my kids' clothes this morning because the laundry, as you know, as a mom, it just piles up. And in the summer, there's actually more laundry because we get out and about a little more. My kids have to change their clothes a little more frequently. I like using all free and clear as our laundry dish detergent or yeah, dish or not dish soap, our washing detergent, whatever you call that. My kids need soap that's not going to make them itchy because they have eczema and sensitive skin. And so um, I use that as our base, and then when clothes are, like, super smelly or stinky, we like using white vinegar paired with so I use, like, all free and clear, and then I use this that I get from Walmart. It's the cheapest place I found in town, and then super washing soda, but the price on this has really gone up. It used to be, like I swear it used to be like $2 or $3. And some weeks it's like 5, 6, 7, $8. But that is the thing that gets the stains out. I typically will soak my kids' clothes if they're super dirty. And then I will like pre-wash them in the bathroom sink or the bathtub. If they're at their dad's, I can soak them for a few days. This says Palmolive, but it's actually filled with Dawn dish soap. And so I will scrub them with this little scrubber brush I use. If my kids, have accidents or like trying to get the red dirt out of their clothing from living in Southern Utah, that sometimes just takes a little bit longer. So if you guys have suggestions on things you have done when you've raised your kids, or if you're raising your kids right now that get the tough stains out, that would be awesome. I also, if it's like a light stain, I have this, and I think this is it like, what do I use? It comes in a green bottle that's a spray that'll get stains out. And then I've just used it in here, but I feel like the Dawn dish soap is the cheapest way to go because you only need a few drops, it seems like, and then you can get the stains out. Um, Dawn dish soap is good on stains, is what Sue says. I agree with that. Um, so somebody was asking washing soda. So it's like baking soda, but this stuff is called super washing soda. And this is not sponsored. It was just what I happened to be using this morning when that question came in. So that's how I get the stains out from my kids' clothes. We play a lot at parks, and my kids are tough on their clothes. So I don't like spending too much money on clothes. I typically too like stocking up during Memorial Day, Labor Day weekend, and for me, July 4th is the time when I find the best deals in town. I also like shopping at Old Navy. I feel like they have really good sales during the 4th of July, and I can get things on clearance. Christy says, I have 3 boys, 20, 16, 13, and Dawn works great for stains. If it's really bad or shoes, I will soak it in Dawn, vinegar, and borax. Borax specifically if it's shoes. I just washed 2 pairs of my shoes the other day, and I just used Dawn dish soap in my little scrubber, and it worked pretty good. I haven't tried borax though. Um, Delana asks, how are you and Chad doing? Any thoughts about marriage? It is something that we talk about. We're doing really good. He actually stopped by earlier today just to check in, and I was busy doing laundry. I didn't have my phone, so he stopped by briefly. Mickey says she uses vinegar in the dishwasher too. I forget about using vinegar. I would save so much money. Sometimes I forget that simplicity really is best, and the vinegar will get the stains off of like my dishes. I just recently bought, what is it? Like the little gel that you add that'll get this hard water stains off. But I forget that vinegar works just as good. Summer Mist is tuning in from Hartford, Connecticut. Welcome. Okay, next question is, how is your side business going? So I have talked about this briefly, I started up a little side business about a month ago. So I've been collecting pieces of furniture, and then I'm going to sell them on Facebook Marketplace here soon. I almost completed my first piece. It is so cute. So I'll have to take pictures, but I'm almost like, I don't know, I'm debating whether or not to keep it because it is so cute. It would look so good in my little girl's room. So I bought this wicker dresser that is a vintage piece from Pier 1, and it was white, a little hashed, and anyway, I painted it this cute, sweet pink color, and it looks so good. I think I might put it in my girls' room and swap out their dressers. But as Chad was reminding me, he's like, Jamie, remember why you bought it? It was to sell it. So I almost completed that little piece of furniture, and then I ran out of paint. And it takes about a week to get the paint, the specific color I ordered, shipped here. It is the prettiest, softest shade of pink. And I learned how to use a paint sprayer for the first time. So I was really proud of myself. I think it turned out really pretty. So I'll have to post a little picture in stories. I finished everything with the paint, and I was learning. So it took me a little bit longer to get the hang of it. But the only part of the dresser that I didn't finish with the little can of paint that I had was the very top of the dresser, which is like the most important part. And so anyway, as soon as that is done, then I will post a picture, but I feel like it's coming along, and I'll have to show you my setup. I got this cute little spray tent that's made specifically for furniture, actually. So I'll have to show you. I didn't even know that they sold stuff like that. So it's really cool. So if you were looking to have a little side business, I will be making some content here, and you enjoy painting, you enjoy chalk painting, and you enjoy like a creative outlet, that is something I've really enjoyed. I like collecting pieces of furniture from Facebook Marketplace, thrift shops, and sometimes just on the side of the road, they offer like free stuff in my town. So it's kind of nice. Um, Shira says, keep it and sell a dresser later when the girls get older. I know the girls were like, ooh, I like that. So now all the kids want something special for their room. Genius from North Carolina. We have had a cool spell, dread hot weather. I hate hot weather. It's been like 90 degrees, which hasn't been too bad. But it takes like a couple hours, I feel like, to wear my kids out when I actually take them to the park. And we have had a good time, but gosh, it is starting to get hot, and it takes me like a week or two to acclimate to the hotter weather here in Southern Utah. Okay, next question is from Jessica. Do you like to go to farm stands in the summer? Yes, we don't have very many here in Southern Utah, but they do have farmers markets. And I think they have a couple. We really like going to Fry's Market out in Santa Clara. If you are passing through St. George and you really want to get a feel for our community, I think Santa Clara is darling. They have some cool pioneer homes along that same stretch where Fry's Marketplace is. They have the best tomatoes in town, the best watermelons, and they also offer, I think, homemade salsa and some other things. And they have a few little antique shops on that street. So I really like going there and taking my kids there. It's really fun. Okay, next question is from Shorty Mel. Can you post a photo of the two older boys, Shaden and Landon, at the younger boy's age to see the similarities? Yes, I didn't take as many pictures of my boys, I feel like, in videos as I do the quintuplets. I think mainly because I like technology has changed, and now it's so accessible to take a video off of your phone. And when Shaden was younger, we had to get out our video camera, and we didn't film very much, but we did take pictures. Grandma did take lots of pictures, so we have those. And with Landon, I never saw the necessity to have a really nice phone, and so my phone quality, as far as pictures, wasn't that great as what it is now. Because now my phone, I can take photos and videos. So I feel like the Quints have a lot more documentation of their life growing up. Whereas the older boys have more things like scrapbooks and memories. So I'll have to share some of those things But it is fun to see the similarities. Logan, I feel like, is really filling out his cheeks. He's got those chubby cheeks again, like he did when he was like 3 and 4. So he's going through a growth spurt right now, and he reminds me so much of Landon. Both look wise, he looks a lot like his dad's side of the family. He looks a lot like a cousin of his that has brown hair, but he just is a blonde version of that. And he's just so sweet. So I feel like of the boys, Logan looks the most like Landon, and Lincoln definitely looks the most like Shaden. But each of my kids look so different. But yes, I can post some pictures here in stories so you guys can see what my boys look like when they were a little bit younger. Amy Youngman asks, have all the Quints lost at least one tooth now? And who has lost the most? Lily. And she says, love your channel. I think Lily has lost the most teeth. She has her 2 front teeth completely have grown in. So she does look a little bit older, I feel like, because of that. But Lincoln has lost 3 of his teeth up top, the same as Lily. And then he's got another loose tooth. So he'll have lost 4 teeth up top. And I need to take more pictures of him right now because he is starting to look older as those teeth are coming in. And I love this season where they lose their teeth and they have to really enunciate their words. You can understand them more when they lose their teeth. But yes, Lily has lost the most teeth. Daisy has got a loose tooth, one of her front teeth. So she's really excited about that. And I think Logan's hoping to lose teeth soon because the tooth fairy comes at our house, and some kids have a little bit more money because of that than the others. Okay. Jean Salisbury says, I like your hair today. Um, and she says she likes it curled. That's really sweet. Thank you. Chicago Rose says she's from Chicago and it's 60 degrees and she loves it. I love 60 degrees. I love 70 degrees in the summertime. Living in Bellingham, Washington was fabulous because summer stayed pretty cool and it really didn't feel like summer until like the end of June and July. So it's kind of nostalgic for me to have 70 degrees weather during the 4th of July. And Carol is tuning in from Grants Pass, Oregon. Okay, if you guys have any questions, you're more than welcome to ask them. I still don't know why I don't have comments appearing on Facebook. I really don't understand why that is not working. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not sure why that's not posting on there. So I'll have to go back and read comments. So I did have a bunch of questions come in about summer plans. I talked about that in my last live. We do have an upcoming trip. This next week, we're going to go up to the Smith family cabin and spend time with cousins. We're going to do some fishing up at Panguitch Lake, and we're going to rent a pontoon. I've actually never been on a pontoon that I can recall. I'm assuming it's just a very large boat. We're going to see how that goes, fishing with quintuplets. It's probably going to be a lot of work, but I think the kids are excited. They're going to have a good time. And I was going to share, if you live in Utah, I think it is free fishing day on June 5th. So like you don't have to have a fishing license, you can just go. So we happen to have already rented our boat on that particular day. So I don't need a fishing license, which will be kind of nice. Amy Hart says, I couldn't believe how grown up Vivi looked on your story the other day. It's gone so quickly. Violet really is coming into her own as a person. And looking back, I think she's always been that way. She is just different from the rest. She is spunky. Sometimes she's sassy, which we work on in our family of not being sassy. You can have your opinion, but like, I don't want my kids being sassy to their parents. She is just a girl that knows what she wants and she's not afraid to be assertive and tell you what she thinks. And I love that. And she's really, really growing up so quickly. Sometimes I wish I could just freeze time with my kids, but I know time doesn't work like that. And now that my kids have been spending a lot more time in the summer at home, my house is so much more messy. So everyone has really been pitching in when it comes to unloading the dishwasher now, which is something completely new for us. They've become a lot more responsible just in the last week. So I now have my kids divide out unloading the dishwasher. each morning, I usually have 2 to 3 kids that want to do that, and then they get to earn 5 chocolate chips. My kids are really motivated by that immediate gratification of chocolate first thing in the morning. So we've been pulling together more as a family and working together to keep our home tidy. Um, and then we get out and play. So my kids are a little bit more motivated to go to parks and splash pads and all that fun stuff. So it has been a good summer, but it has been busy and it is only the first week of our summer routine. Um, let's see. We've got people tuning in from upstate New York. Um, Okay, Sue asked, is Shaden going to register anywhere for their wedding? So I was talking to Tatum about this, and the two of them are so sweet and so humble. They were like, "Oh, people are asking about a wedding registry. Yeah, we'll probably do that." So she just hasn't yet. I will let you know if they have like a wish list between like Amazon, Target, Venmo, any of those things. I'll let you know as soon as they tell me what they've decided for their wedding. Um, Sue says, I would love to send a gift. I remember what it was like as a newlywed 49 years ago. You know, you really do start out with so many things that are just basic, and you start out like so humble and just grateful to be with each other. And that really is them. They have some of the things that their families are going to be donating and giving that we have as far as like furniture pieces, but things like blenders, housewares, those kinds of things, they are going to be starting from scratch as they merge together, as they create a family of their own with the two of them. And so I'm really excited for them. I will share registry as soon as I have more info on that. Candy Tiffany Morgan says, hi from Northern Illinois. Welcome. Glad you were here. Okay. Happy Wednesday to you all. Um, Linda is from Southwest Florida. Hair is looking great today. And she says, love you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm still getting the hang of having short hair. I really thought I would love it. And honestly, I just feel like I have to wash it more. I have to curl it more, or I don't know. I just like having long hair because for me, it is such little maintenance. But I appreciate the kind comments about my hairstyle. So I'm excited, you guys. I'm going to be working on editing a vlog for you this next week. We took my kids out to Tuacahn, Broadway in the Desert this last week, and they had a good time. So stay tuned as I edit that up and coming content for you. The kids had a good time and we have been playing hard. I haven't picked up my camera as much as I usually do, mainly because I've just wanted to enjoy being in the moment with my kids. Lana just got his braces off about 3 hours ago. So that is brand new in our family. I just took him out for lunch for a minute to Chick-fil-A, and he looks so good. He's so proud of his new smile. It was so sweet watching him enjoy his chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A, because he was like, his comment, I think, was like, Mom, I have so much more room to like eat my food. That was like his first experience eating a meal with his braces off. He was so sweet. So anyway, he is excited about that. CH says, I have them ask for gift cards on their registry. Okay, I will talk to Tatum about that. It seems like women just know how to get things done, and Tatum is definitely that way, as sweet and as humble as they are. I will ask what they are in need of, and then I will let you know between stories or a post or within a video what their needs are if you would like to help out as they are establishing their life together. They are going to be living in Northern Utah. They're going to be attending UVU. I think Tatum just recently changed her major of what she's wanting to study, but she's doing really well. And I am just proud of those two. They're wonderful, wonderful young adults and very hardworking. Shaden is studying social work for now. He just graduated with his associates. And so the two of them are just excited. They're excited. Delana asked, does Landon have any plans for the summer? He does. He wants to hang out with his friends. He has a sweet girlfriend that he likes to spend time with right now that is in their friend group. So they like to get together as a friend group and play golf, watch good movies. He's excited to spend time with his dad. He's excited to spend time with his mom. He's excited to spend time away from his siblings because his annoying sometimes. So we're just excited to be able to stay up late and sleep in and do fun things. So those are some of our plans. Um, Okay, and Candy said she was kind of having a hard time watching from Facebook, so now she's watching on YouTube. Well, I'm glad you figured it out. Renee says, "Yay, Lannon, best chicken sandwich ever." Yeah, Lannon's a really simple guy. He is a foodie though, so he does like trying new foods, but Chick-fil-A sandwiches are kind of our go-to, and they're really quick with their service. They're very friendly, and it was a location that we could just go through the drive-through, and then I could get him back to his dad so he could spend a little bit more time with his dad. They're gonna go pick up his retainer since he got his braces off, do like some teeth whitening in a tray that they sell there. We really love Sinister Orthodontics. That was who did my braces, what was it, 30 years ago, something like that. 25 years ago, I want to say. I had Jeff Sinister, I believe, was my orthodontist. And we have worked with Brad Sinister. So if you were looking and considering braces for your kids, both Shaden and Landon have done Sinister Orthodontics, and they offer braces. They also offer Invisalign. I went back about 3 years ago and was fitted for Invisalign, wore that for a couple years because I was having some issues with my teeth, and so they were able to help fix that through Invisalign. I opted for that instead of braces. So I can't say enough great things about Sinister Orthodontics. They are wonderful. They keep it really kid friendly, and they make it really comfortable if you're an adult going back for braces. They offer lots of different options. So anyway, can't say enough great things about them. Lynn is tuning in from Maine. Welcome. Okay, you guys, I started watching a news show last night when the kids went down. To bed. I started watching the show Farmer Wants a Wife, I think, or Farmer Looking for a Wife. Farmer Needs a Wife. I don't know. I just barely watched like a couple episodes of that. So I am looking for good shows this summer to like binge watch or start watching. So if you guys have suggestions of like clean, wholesome shows, I really like those kinds of shows. I like shows that are documentaries. So if you have any suggestions, I am looking to watch some new shows. I like historical documentaries, things like that. So if you ladies have any suggestions, I would love for you to leave them in the comments. I really thought at least the first couple episodes were pretty clean. I loved the concept of the show, and I love that the host is her name is Kim. She's married to Brad Paisley, and she was in Father of the Bride. And so anyway, I just really liked the show. I thought it was really sweet, really down to earth. I don't know, maybe the show gets a little worse as you go along, but I really enjoyed watching it and I liked the idea of it. I thought it was really sweet. So anyway, I am going to get back to editing my next vlog, but I have loved spending time with everybody this week. I hope you have a great rest of your week. I am going to hustle finishing up laundry as much as I can until my kids get back and get some work done. But I love you all. Stay tuned for our next vlog, and we are having a great summer. Hope you guys are having a great week too. Okay, we'll talk to you real soon.